What's up, people? Welcome back to Cricfootz. I hope you guys are doing great and are safe wherever you are. And I hope you guys are also following all the non-stop footballing action from the Premier League. So today I'll be covering the game week 10 of Premier League, which was very exciting and where we witnessed a lot of controversies and some non-stop action. So I'll be quickly covering all the games for you. Firstly, let's start with a high scoring game where we witnessed Manchester City smashing Burnley for a final victory. I think it was a great victory for Pep Guardiola's side, who haven't had the best starts in their season, who looked off colors in most of the games so far, but finally they look set now. A wonderful hat trick by Riyad Mahrez and their marquee player Kevin De Bruyne looks to be back in form. So yes, a terrific victory for Man City. And coming to my team, finally we could see the old spark of United in this game where we were trailing 2-0 to Southampton away, and then a super substitution from the super substitute himself, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, brought on Edison Cavani, and I think he changed the whole dynamics of the game. The way he was following up, following back, trying to press and trying to put pressure on Southampton's defense. I think it was lovely to see Cavani play the way he did. Bruno had a great game as well. I felt Bruno had a decent game in the first half. He wasn't visible more or less. I didn't see him doing anything. But in the second half, of course, when Cavani came in, and I think the link worked up really well. A assist and a goal for Bruno, and two fantastic finishes from Cavani. I think I would call this a typical number nine finishes, a typical goal scorer, a typical striker goals. You know, the if you watch the game, you know the goal was all about positioning and uh, predicting where the ball is going to come up or land, and that's what Cavani is known for. And I think he's one of the best when it comes to his positioning knowledge and his finishing abilities. So yes, a great comeback by United, winning the game 3-2 in the second half, and lovely to watch as a United fan. And the biggest game of the day, the London Derby, Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspurs. I felt this was a very safe game. You see, both the clubs tried to be safe. They didn't want to concede the first goal. They didn't want to attack too much because we know both the teams are very quick on the counter attack. So they were well aware of what can happen if they lose possession on the higher end of the pitch and then are part of the counter attack. So yes, I think both of them played a decent, safe football. I think the best of the chances came in the second half stoppage time when Giroud had a chance and Lo Celso also had a good chance, which neither of them could convert. But more or less a safe game. Both the teams looked like they went for a draw, and yes, a nil-nil game end in the end. You see, these big games, you expect a lot from these big games coming, but it was more or less a quiet game for a game of that structure. So yes, a quiet game in the end. But for me personally, a very happy game was Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Arsenal because my partner's team lost this game. Shubham, who's busy with other commitments and who's not able to join right now. So I'm doing this alone, and he'll be back in the video very soon, the next video itself. So his team lost to Wolves 2-1. Suddenly, Arsenal looks like team who are off track, who are not sure how they're going to attack and put pressure on the defense. Uh, I think Wolves played a good game. Gabriel, for me, scored a terrific header in that game to make it 1-all. But then Arsenal's liabilities have always been in their defense, and it reflected in the game as well. And you see, this team is overly dependent on the big players like Aubameyang and Willian and stuff. But then Aubameyang is completely off colors. Doesn't seem like he wants to play for Arsenal. There's no passion. There's no aggression from him, being the captain of the club as well. So yes, Things aren't looking very good for Arsenal right now. So we got to see how they come out of this misery very soon, because with December coming up and games coming thick and fast, the time is going to get really tougher for them. So I hope they play good football and come back soon, because I don't want Shubham to come here and make videos where he has to face the critic of Arsenal not able to win games. Quickly moving on to the next game, where we saw champions Liverpool held by a fantastic team this season, Brighton, who have been really unlucky throughout the season. A 1-1 draw. And this was the game I was speaking about, where we witnessed so many controversial decisions, so much drama, two disallowed goals for Liverpool, one by Salah and one by Mane, and a very, very controversial late penalty for Brighton, which was finished by Pascal Gross. A penalty missed by Mope as well. So this game was all about drama, but I felt Liverpool were hard done by that decision. A foul on Danny Welbeck by Robertson, which I felt was soft. It wasn't a clear cut penalty. It wasn't a clear cut chance as well for Brighton to score. So I didn't see why the ref gave that a penalty. But then that's how football has become now. That's how technology is. It's very easy for any players to play out there with so many rules and regulations coming up. So I think Liverpool were hard done in this game, and the game finished 1-1. But as a United fan and as a football fan, I'm sure it's a good result for all of us. Quickly moving on to the next game, a wonderful game and a wonderful victory for Fulham against Leicester, who finally have won a game, are finally scoring penalties, and a big game, a big victory against a top club like Leicester. A wonderful boost for Scott Parker's team, I feel. And yes, it's all from here. Fulham has to climb up the ladder, because they are looking like the team which will fight for relegation in the end of that season. So yes, this should be their spark for the season, and from here on they have to keep winning games, or at least give tough competitions to team like Leicester and other top six clubs coming up. So a great victory for Fulham as well. We also witnessed a wonderful game in Leeds United versus Everton. Leeds United has been that one team which has been continuously impressing everyone out there, and a terrific goal from Leeds. I think Everton looked off colors. I remember Shubham mentioning in all the previous videos that Everton is one such team which starts the season pretty well, but then always have a setback, and exactly that's what is happening with them after the start they've got for the season. They suddenly look off color. They suddenly are not able to gel well. James Rodriguez, who had a fantastic start, is silent now. They're also heavily dependent on their star striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So yes, tough time for Everton. They need to bounce back really quick now. So quickly moving on to the next game, which is the game. Yes, a wonderful victory for Newcastle United against a strong opponent like Crystal Palace. I think this was a great game and a great win for Newcastle. Shubham has also been mentioning his team for this season is Newcastle, one team he's looking forward to watching. And Newcastle have been a good team. They're winning good games against these tough opponents. So yes, a great victory for Newcastle as well. And we also saw Sheffield United, who have been horrible throughout the season, who were fantastic last season, and the second season syndrome has been hitting them really hard. And what a win for West Brom Albion, who also have had a tough start to their season, but able to win a game against Sheffield United with a clean sheet. It is a terrific thing for them going into the busy schedule of December. So that's a great win for them as well. Am I missing any of the games? I think I've covered most of the games. Yes. So that's all. Game week 10 gave us so many actions, so much drama and controversies. But yes, in the end, it was all about entertainment, which all the fans witnessed. So yes, game week 10 rounded up like this. I hope you guys are following our page. and following all the content and loving the content as well. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and enjoy all the sporting action. We'll be back very, very soon. Thank you so much.